Internet, welcome back. Steve, graphicdesignertips.com. In this video tutorial for Adobe Muse, I'm going to show you how to make a quick navigation bar, just like the one on the website on the screen. It's very simple. It's very quick to do through Muse, and there's a lot of cool things you can do by changing the the styles on it when you roll over and stuff like that. So we're going to come into the design area, and I'm going to come to my master page right now, and I'm going to delete this. And the one thing I'm going to say before I create this is you want to make sure you have pages on your site already, because when you start to make a navigation bar, it's going to be wondering where all your pages are. And if you do your site structure correctly, or you just set it up, you don't even have to put content on your pages. But if here you're seeing about 5, I know there's about 6 parent pages, which are top level pages on this website. If you just put them in, name them, and put some child pages. If you got an area called services, you want to put a couple services, get them done in your structure first. You don't have to put any content in them, like I just said, but just so you have that. And we're going to come back to our master page, and we're going to come over to our widgets area, menus area, and we're going to drag a horizontal navigation bar right on our page. Now if you look, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 buttons here. And these are our top level parent pages. And the great thing about this is, like I said, you made the pages already, and that's why they're appearing here automatically. If you didn't make the pages, you're going to have one that says home, if you even name the first page home. So it's honestly really can't even do it any other way. I mean, you could style that one home button, and then later on when you add more pages, they'll add with the same characters, but that's just dumb. So basically, you look at the screen right now, we're going to expand this to fill that area, and there's a couple options with this little blue arrow over here. You can mess around with them, and this is Adobe Muse is a program that if you're a creative person, and it's so simple of a program, but there's so many aspects and things you can do in here, you can learn a lot. So I don't have to go through each thing. Just experiment and see what does what. But basically, right now I'm styling my top level pages. If I wanted to style my drop downs, I'm going to hit all pages, and they're going to pop up in a second. Here we go. There's a lot going on there, so I'm going to make them disappear for now, and I'm just going to stick with the top levels. Edit together is one I want to talk about. If you do something to one button, it's going to change on the next button. And you might be thinking, of course I'd want to edit together. I don't want to do each button, every single button is over and over. I want to do it once and have it apply to all. Well, yes, that's true, but if you're trying to do like a rounded corner navigation bar where just the left is rounded corner and the button all the way to the right is a rounded corner, you have to uncheck edit together, and you have to edit the first button by itself all the way to the left, and you have to edit the button all the way to the right by itself. And then after you're done with that, if you like to check edit together, just in case you're going to make future changes, you can do that. But just play around, mess around with it, and you'll get it. But the one thing I do want to show you in here is the item size. If you notice on all these buttons up here, the word staff is only 5 letters. All right, I had to count there. I don't want to say 4 or 6. Staff is 5 letters, and contact us is a lot more letters than staff is. And basically, they're the same size button. Now, if I take this gray bar away, it's going to look pretty stupid. It's going to look like I didn't align everything correctly. So we're going to come into item size, and instead of having a uniform size button, we're going to have uniform spacing. And right like that, you're going to notice that each button is now its own size. And the only way that might look funny is if you actually styled each button as a shape, and now you have each shape differently. But I'm taking this gray background away, so I'm just going to have words floating on the page, and I want them to be uniformly spaced. It's a clean way of doing design. That's how I like to do design. That's how everybody honestly should practice doing design: clean, having things align, and spacing properly. It's the only way to go, in my opinion. So, all right, those are the options to the right. Now, say we want to start changing some stuff on here. We're going to start messing with the states of the button. And when I say states, I mean what it looks like, when you're on a page, what it looks like when you roll over, because you want stuff to change, maybe little effects like that. It adds to the character of the website. And if we click on the navigation bar, there's two areas where we can find the states. If you come up here to the top left, it already says menu item. It's showing you're on the normal state. And basically, while you're on the normal state, this is when you're going to change your attributes. All right? You can drop this down and see the other states. Rollover, mouse down, and inactive state. Okay? The only problem with using this area up here is once you click off and you start to mess around with the type and the colors, it disappears. You got to keep clicking it. Down here on the right in the widgets library, next to the widgets library, there's a states area, a states tab. And it's going to show you the states. As long as you leave that tab open, you don't have to take your eyes off of it, which is pretty cool. So we're going to take, right now what we're going to do is, since we're editing these together, is we're going to take this button and we're going to change, first of all, we're going to change the text on it. And we're going to change it to Comic Sans because it is a sans serif font as opposed to the serif Geneva font that we have up there. Georgia. And once we select that, you see the big change right away. We're going to add a point size onto that, change it to 15, make it a little bit larger. And we're going to now click into the button, all right? And if you see, it's showing, we already see visually from the button, there's a gray background. Now, if we come up here to our fill, it's gray. It's ugly, and I don't like it. So we're going to take this fill out by hitting that drop down and doing a none fill in there. How nice is that? Nice and clean. All right. So basically, the whole background just came out. It's a none fill. But if you look at the states, all right, you're going to notice once we roll over this thing, it's going to change back to that background. So technically, we actually have to go into each state by clicking here, roll over, and we have to go back in and take a none there. All right. Take a none. That sounds funny. We have to go into the mouse down area and put a none there, and same thing with the active, because I do not like this background. It's terrible. So in here, we're going to create some contrast when you roll over it. So you have a dark blue background, you have a white lettering. When we roll over these letters, what I want to happen is I want to make the word home or any of the About Us pages. I just punched my microphone, by the way. I don't know how that's going to sound. But if you roll over the type, okay, we're going to change the color of the type. And we're going to change it to a light blue right here. Okay. All right. So basically, when you roll over any of these, when this is published, it's going to change into this nice light color blue, which is pretty cool. And mouse down and active. Now, the active state of this, we can change this to whatever we want also. And as long as you're on the active tab, we can just change the color of the word home again. And in this case, I'm going to change it to a yellow. All right. So I'm going to come into my preview area just to see what we've done so far. And basically, when I roll over home, it's going to turn blue. And when I click on home, it's going to show we're at the home and it's yellow. Voila. Perfect. See how painstakingly quick and easy that is? And when I say easy, I don't mean like this is just a simple, cheap site builder or anything. This is an Adobe program that is revolutionizing web design. It's making things quicker. It's making designers be able to have more creative edge. And, you're not spending 25 to 30 hours on a website. You're spending a lot less and you're doing a lot more creatively. So I see it's a very valuable program. It's awesome. I lose sleep over this at night. It's so amazing. We're going to come back into the design area because I want to see if there's anything else I have to show you. And let's see. All right. All right, we can add a left icon if we wanted. I don't know why you'd want to not show the label, but you can mess around with the settings in there. That's basics on navigation. If you want to start doing the top level pages, the drop down pages, you're going to select all pages, and you're going to come in here and you're going to do the same exact thing. You're going to, and not only can you change type, You can change background color. You can change, you know, font size and all that stuff. You can even change the stroke around an actual, you know, say you have a button. It is a physical button. These are all buttons, but if you have a physical button in the background, you know, behind the words on the navigation, you can change the stroke. Say you don't want a stroke on the sides, but you want a stroke on the top and the bottom. You can do that. And you know what? If I'm confusing the heck out of you, I'm going to show you what I mean real quick. All right. And then we'll wrap this baby up. So we're going to go into home, and we're going to come into our stroke area on the top. And basically, and oh, oops, make sure the states, we're at the normal state right now. Make sure, let's see, we do not want that to link, because once you hit, it's going to put the same setting for each side. It's basically, this is the top of the stroke, the left, the bottom, and the right. So we're just going to add a stroke on the bottom, 1, 2, and we're going to add a stroke on the top. So basically, if you see what happened here, and we're going to change the color to the cyan. All right. If you see what happened here, actually, that is a pretty cool effect. It's just, if you're watching this video and you haven't used Muse yet, you're already seeing the potential. It's amazing. So that's it, guys. I'm Steve from GraphicDesignerTips.com. This is a quick tutorial. You can make a million different types of navigation bars, but it's just showing you how easy and quick and simple it is. And that's it. Please subscribe to our channel if you found that this video was helpful, and please pass it on to other people, because I'm sure if it was helpful to you, it should be helpful to somebody else. That's it. And comment below. Let me know your thoughts, and have a great night. Peace.